Hey there, Detroit sports fanatics. I'm Taylor Phillips, and welcome to Taylor's Detroit Sports on Spreaker. You can also find this and all other episodes of Taylor's Detroit Sports on iHeartRadio. Straight and full Detroit and Michigan sports coverage 100% of the time. If you have any opinions on everything that's going on in the Detroit sports world, call in or send a text message live on the show at 231-429-3668. Also, you can add me on Facebook as Taylor Phillips, online at facebook.com/TaylorGatorPhillips14. Like my Facebook page, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports page. Join my Facebook group, Taylor Phillips' Detroit Sports Group. And follow me on Twitter at DT2Phillips with 2 L's.
Also, you can search go to my website, taylorsdetroitsports.com. Welcome to episode 154, everyone. Tonight I'm going to talk about lots of Tigers here. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about the Red Wings officially getting their newest head coach Jeff Blashill from the Grand Rapids Griffins. Also, I'm going to touch on a little bit of the NHL Stanley Cup Final and the NBA Finals as well. Game 1 occurred last night. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final occurred 2 nights ago, the night before. You can also leave a comment on my episode right now, live. First off, the Tigers are playing right now, and they are just flat out falling apart. Right now, they're in 3rd place in the American League Central Division at 28-27, 5 games back of first place, where the Minnesota Twins are, who are 32-21. The Kansas City Royals are in 2nd place at 30-21, 1 game back at first. The Cleveland Indians are in 4th place at 26-27, 6 back of the White Sox, 6 back of the Twins. And the Chicago White Sox are in 5th place at 24-28, just 7.5 games back of Minnesota. I'll tell you why they're struggling right now. I'll explain it to you. From the top, their offense, their offense is not producing because they are taking strikes and swinging at pitches away from the strike zone, and they're on pace to hit into 165 double plays this season, which is not bad luck at all. Oh, man! Also, they're hitting too many ground balls slowly into the infield. Too many flyouts. They just keep giving away outs. Another problem they're having is that some of their starting pitchers, 3 of them, Anibal Sanchez, Shane Green, and Alfredo Simon, are throwing too many strikes and just getting beaten up. They're giving up too many runs per start. Also, Brad Ausmus, their manager, doesn't know how to manage in the majors in his second year as a Major League Baseball manager. Both of them with the Detroit Tigers. He's on his second right now. He's making wrong decisions. He's making the wrong decisions with who to call up from the bullpen, including Angel Nesbitt, who keeps giving up runs, including a go-ahead grand slam by Ben Zobrist this past Tuesday, which proved to be the game winner. Nesbitt's trying to be too perfect with his pitch command. I read that in an article yesterday. The rest of the relief pitching is doing better. Tom Gorzelani has a very high ERA of like 5 and change or something like that. But Java Chamberlain, he's pitched inconsistently, yet his ERA is 1.16. He just keeps getting batters out, opposing batters out. Some games he's pitched inconsistently. Some games he's pitched inconsistently. Other games, he just keeps getting batters out and pitching 1, 2, 3 innings. Joaquin Soria, I almost forgot to mention it, is 15 out of 16. He blew his first save 3 Thursdays ago actually, at home, when the Tigers blew a 5-0 lead and still won 6-5. Gave up a game-time solo home run to Preston Tucker, batting from the left side, going the other way. And the defense is doing better. They're not committing too many errors, unlike Daniel Fields, who made an error allowing 2 runs to score yesterday against the Athletics. Also, Brad Ausmus bunts too much in every game with his best hitters, which makes the offense give away more outs instead of scoring runs. The only way to score more runs is to swing the bat and not bunt. Brad Ausmus needs to let his best hitters swing the bats and drive in as many runs as they can. I want him to let the offense rout their opponents and give the starting pitchers plenty of run support. I want the offense to help the team win more comfortably. Brad Ausmus needs tons of serious mental help. Otherwise, he won't even have a job as a manager in the majors anywhere. He's also too soft on all his players and too arrogant to admit that he made mistakes. He keeps defending all of his mistakes with his own logic reasons, which I think were illogical. And that's why most Tigers fans want Brad Ausmus fired, because he's not learning how to manage in the majors. They got swept in Anaheim last weekend, and then they got swept at home against the Oakland Athletics, who are still in last place in the AL West and still one of the worst teams in the majors thus far. So I look at the standings. The A's are 23-33. A game and a half back of the Boston Red Sox. A game and a half behind the Boston Red Sox, 24-31 in last place in the AL East. The Yankees are in first place at 29-25. The A's are 11 and a half back of the Houston Astros at 34-21 for first place. Philadelphia Phillies are 21-34, last place in the NL East. The Brewers are 18-36 in the NL Central, the worst team in the majors. Took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers at Comerica Park. How did that be?
Oh, man!
The White Sox may be in last place, but they're gaining on the Tigers, and they're gaining on first place in the division as well. The White Sox are 24-28, as I mentioned before, just 7.5 games back. The Tigers have fallen to 5 games back. And the Tigers and White Sox play a 3-game set starting tonight at 8:10 when Kyle Ryan makes his first start of the season after being called up from the AAA Toledo Mud Hens. Daniel Fields, by the way, was sent back down to Toledo. He got his first major league hit yesterday, in addition to making that 2-run error. Jonas Cespedes returns to the lineup after exiting yesterday's game with flu-like symptoms. And also recently, earlier this week, the team recently placed utility infielder Hernan Perez on waivers because of his .067 batting average. He'll likely end up in the minors or so. Probably, hopefully, and most considerably with either the Double-A Erie Seawolves or the Single A or Single A West Michigan Whitecaps or the Class A Lakeland Flying Tigers. forgot the last two of those were great. I do want to make an easy prediction in this three-game set. The White Sox starting pitching, which includes Jose Quintana, John Dace, and Jeff Samardzija, will easily shut down the Tigers' offense, considering how badly they've struggled for the last two or 3 weeks. John Dace will outpitch David Price tomorrow night in a pitcher's duel, just the way David Price was outpitched last Sunday in Anaheim, just about the way he was outpitched in that night on ESPN Sunday Night Baseball in the Bay Area. Or Anaheim. Southern Cal. Kyle Ryan duels with Jose Quintana. David Price takes on Johnny Danks tomorrow, as I just mentioned, and Alfredo Simon will take on Jeff Samardzija. I think Kyle Ryan just won't get any or much run support. I don't know how Kyle Ryan will do, honestly. It's kind of 50-50 to me. He's still young. He's still a minor league pitcher. Kyle Lamstein was already getting beat up before being put on the DL. I don't think he was needed that this season with Justin Verlander still being put on the shelf. Verlander had trouble with his command in his first rehab assignment last Sunday in Toledo. He'll try to rehab again Saturday in Toledo, trying to work on his pitch command. No re-aggravation injury reports on Verlander yet. That's good news. Plus, Alfredo Simon will continue to pitch well and still not get enough run support. Simon took the loss after pitching six good innings of baseball. He gave up 1 run before getting the hook, and then Nesbitt gave up that grand slam, charging 3 more earned runs to Alfredo Simon. That's got to be embarrassing. The Tigers need to work with Angel Nesbitt. Shane Green's not pitching, but Brad Ausmus pointed out that Shane Green needs to get his pitches down more rather than up. The offense is getting too cocky. The starting pitching is getting too cocky. Brad Ausmus is getting too clueless and cocky and arrogant. And some of you would say that it's only a slump, right?
Ah, shut up, you idiot. What?
It's one of the worst slumps in franchise history, and it's proving costly. And it's going to be a while before the offense. It's going to be another month or two before the offense can start getting back to basics. I don't think it should take that long. They should just work on it themselves. Okay, enough Tigers talk. Moving over to hockey, the Red Wings officially announced that next week they will name Grand Rapids Griffins head coach Jeff Blashill their newest head coach, replacing Mike Babcock, who already signed an 8-year, $50 million contract to become the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. We all knew this was going to happen because Babcock was in the last year of his contract, expiring June 30th to be exact, and Red Wings fans everywhere wanted and predicted Jeff Blashill to be their next head coach because of all the connections he had made in the recent past with former Griffins players such as Riley Sheahan, Gustav Nyquist, Tomas Tatar, Brendan Smith, Jakob Kindl, Peter Mrazek, goaltender, who yesterday was named 2014-2015 Rookie of the Year by the Detroit Sports Broadcasters Association, Landon Ferraro, Luke Anderson, Tomas Hirko, Danny DeKaiser, and even Darren Helm, who played with GR in a rehab assignment a couple seasons ago. Now, last week, the entire Red Wings nation and I heard that Red Wings general manager Last week, the entire Red Wings nation and I heard that Red Wings general manager Ken Holland decided to wait until the Griffins were done with their postseason run before making his decision on who the head coach will be, and we knew where that was going. Ken Holland mentally wanted Blashill to be the coach, and Blashill agreed right off the bat this week. So the announcement was official that the Wings organization is going to hold an introductory press conference for Jeff Blashill as their newest head coach next week in Detroit before the team's last ever season at Joe Louis Arena before they start playing in their new arena in downtown Detroit. I want your thoughts. 231-429-3668. What do you think of the Tigers right now? What do you think of the Red Wings right now? Draw a bigger audience here by sharing it in another group called Sports Talk. Also, speaking of hockey, the NHL Stanley Cup Final got underway 2 nights ago. The Lightning got on the board first on a phenomenal backhand tip by Alex Killorn in the first period to give the Lightning a 1-0 lead. But the Blackhawks late in the third scored 2 goals from forgot what his last name was. Teuvo Teravainen and Antoine Vermette. And the Blackhawks won 2-1. 1-0 series lead. Game 2 is not until tomorrow, Saturday at 7:15 on NBC in America and CBC in Canada. Games 3 and 4 are Monday and Wednesday at 8 on NBCSN in America and CBC in Canada. Game 5, if necessary, begins Saturday, June 13th at 8 in Tampa Bay. Games 3 and 4 are in Chicago. Game 5 is at 8 on NBC and CBC. Game 6, if needed, in Chicago at 8 on NBC and CBC. And Game 7 is Wednesday. Game 6 is Monday, June 15th. Game 7 is Wednesday, June 17th at 8 if needed on NBC and CBC. Also, last night, the NBA final, Game 1 of the NBA Finals got underway, and it went to overtime, tied at 98. And then the Golden State Warriors came out on fire, and the Cleveland Cavaliers offense became ice cold, scoring just 2 points. They scored the last 2. And the Warriors went on to win 108-100 in overtime to take a 1-game-to-none lead. Game 2 is Sunday at 8 on ABC. All games of the NBA Finals are on ABC. Game 3 Tuesday at 9. Game 4 Tuesday at 9. Games 3 and 4 are in Cleveland. Game 5, if needed, will be back in California at Golden State. At 8 o'clock, Game 6 in Cleveland, if needed, 9 o'clock, Tuesday, June 16th, and Game 7, Friday, June 19th. Is that right? Yep. At 9 on ABC at Golden State. Have any opinions on the Stanley Cup Final and the NBA Final? Call in or text at 231-429-3668. I'm going to see what's going on, what else is going on the Bleacher Report Team Stream app. Kill some time here while I wait for callers and texters here. Kyrie Irving, Cavaliers will miss the remainder of the NBA Finals to undergo season-ending knee surgery. Bleacher Report is saying Kyrie Irving is the biggest factor heading into the NBA Finals. So, assuming that, without Kyrie Irving, the Cavaliers are pretty much hopeless. Want to bring back defensive tackle C.J. Mosley. Matthew Stafford thinks that the young offensive line looks extremely athletic. Calvin Johnson and Elodie Nada decided not to show up at Lions organized team activities for no reason. Also, that's right, NBA agent Arn Tellem will join the Pistons front office as the executive vice president of basketball operations, I think. Well, actually, he will be the vice chairman of Palace Sports and Entertainment, which is the group that owns the Pistons franchise. He will be, according to Bleacher Report, via Adrian Wojnarowski of Yahoo Sports. Tellem will work directly with owner Tom Gores, but head coach Stan Van Gundy will continue to be the primary decision maker when it comes to personnel moves. Tellem quoted to Vince Ellis of the Detroit Free Press, quote, "The decision to change careers was in one sense a difficult one because I'm leaving a terrific job with great clients and an outstanding leader in Casey Wasserman, who I believe runs the finest sports marketing and talent company in the business. But in another sense, it was an easy decision because I am joining another great organization with an outstanding leader in Tom Gores, who is committed to ensuring Palace Sports and Entertainment is a championship organization both on the court and in the community." Unquote. Mike Chiari wrote this on Bleacher Report. I was going to tweet it out, by the way. It says here, yeah, I'm going to tweet it right now. There we go, that's much better. Perhaps the most interesting development regarding Tillum's foray into an NBA front office will relate to his clients. While they could opt to continue being represented by Wasserman Media Group, Tillum's departure creates some uncertainty. Also, while agents have made similar moves before, Tillum is at the top of the food chain if he ultimately enjoys success while with the Pistons and has a smooth transition. He could potentially influence other big-time agents to follow in his footsteps. And it looks like tomorrow at 11 on Detroit Sports 105.1's the courtside show with Mark Champion, Rick Mahorn, and Jake Chapman. Ben Wallace will be on the show, and then Keith Rainwater. I want to give out a public service address announcement here about my show. This is a sports talk show. It does not base on any music and such. I am not a DJ. I am an online radio sports talk show host. If you want to talk about music, then this is not the show for you. This is not the right format for you. So, if you're going to talk about music...
That is not what I want to hear! What's your problem there, pal? Can't a guy get a bit of sleep? Don't bug me!
I want to hear what Ben Wallace has to say on TuneIn Radio, on Detroit Sports 105.1, on my headset, on my phone, on my headset at work, at Little Caesars in Cadillac, as I make dough and sauce. So, that's it for Taylor's Detroit Sports episode 154. That's it for Taylor's Detroit Sports episode 154. I will be on Blog Talk Radio tonight at 11:30.
Well, that about wraps it up for now.
So, I'm going to sign off and say TTFN, ta-ta for now.